Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2014 Spring Commencement Ceremony for the College of Social Sciences and Interdisciplinary Studies. Out of respect for the graduates and guests, please turn off your cell phones, remain in your seats, and most importantly, please refrain from using air horns or any distracting devices that may interrupt the ceremonies. Please welcome the graduating class of 2014.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to begin our commencement ceremony by recognizing the alumni of our university who join us today. Would all Sacramento State alumni please stand and remain standing? Will the remainder of the audience please stand for the singing of the alma mater, All Hail, and our national anthem, performed today by Sacramento State student Nicole Crawford and accompanied by the Sacramento State Fine Arts Brass Ensemble.
To Sacramento, your colors green and gold. All hail our alma mater, as on my years do roll. She stood by us through trials, our beacon to with hearts both proud and grateful, we sing this fine day. All hail, all hail, all hail, all hail to Sacramento State, our alma mater true. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly gleaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. Please welcome to the podium Edward Lasher, Interim Dean of the College of Social Science and Interdisciplinary Studies.
Thank you, Chief Marshal Hesh. This is an important day for graduates, their families, and friends. I ask that while celebrating, everyone observe the appropriate decorum and show respect to fellow graduates and members of the audience. Please turn off your cell phones and remain in your seats until all students have been recognized. Let us make this a special day for everyone. Now I want to tell you a little about the college. The College of Social Sciences and Interdisciplinary Studies was established in the fall of 1996. Our curriculum examines individuals, groups, societies, nations, and global systems from many different perspectives. We have talented and committed faculty as well as great students. We approach our studies through a combination of classroom and experiential learning. We emphasize critical thinking, writing skills, applications of information technology, and issues of ethics and social justice. Now, let me turn to the graduates. I want you to consider the faculty who are sitting with you, the staff helping at today's event, and the people on this stage. One thing that we have in common is that we really enjoy being around you. Those who work at Sac State tend to get a kick out of interacting with students. Look, academia generally, and this university specifically, are no different from other employers in the sense that people take jobs for a variety of reasons. It's a combination of values, fit with skills, life circumstances, luck, family needs, etc., that bring us here. But those who end up at a place like Sacramento State are disproportionately people who find it rewarding to help students grow intellectually. Does that mean we're always happy with you? No. If you were ever that legendary student who is absent for 4 classes in a row and then shows up at office hours and asks, "Did I miss anything important?" It probably took every ounce of our strength not to reply in a voice dripping with sarcasm, "Of course not. We never do anything important in this class." But for every one of those instances, most of us probably had 30 or 40 that just gave us a warm glow. There was the student who didn't even know how to say the word gerontology when she got here and now wants to work in a senior center. The person from a tough neighborhood who mainly came here to play sports, but finds himself thriving in government classes having to do with politics and international relations. The student who ended up in an economics class, hang on, quite by accident. They just needed something to fill that 9 o'clock Tuesday and Thursday slot. But they find, to their surprise, that they like the use of graphs and application of math to real-world problems. The psychology student who likes, there are 1 or 2 of them, who lights up every time she talks about her study of cognition. The public policy graduate student, back in school after taking time to raise a family, who just aces her research presentations. These situations and many more are very rewarding for us. And the interesting thing is that this is so whether we've been here 1 year, 10 years, or 20 years. So given that I'm saying you've already done so much for us, what would I ask of you? Just one thing: stay in touch. Send us emails, text us, drop by when you're on campus. Even, heaven forbid, send us a handwritten note. And tell us about new jobs and internships. And you don't necessarily need to wait to tell us about that elusive dream job. Tell us about that first position that got you in the door. You'll likely make our day in doing so. Thank you. I now have the privilege of introducing the individuals seated on the platform. Sacramento State President Alexander Gonzalez. Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Frederica Freka Harmson. President's Medal for Distinguished Service Award recipient, Mark Drobny. Vice President and Chief Financial Officer for Administration and Business Affairs, Mike Lee. Vice President and Chief Information Officer for Information, Resources, and Technology, Larry Gilbert. Chief Marshal, Janet Hesch. Interim Associate Dean, Diane Heisen. President and CEO of California Forward, and our graduation speaker today, James Mayer. And Alumni Association Representative Eric Guerra. I would like to now to invite Eric Guerra, a two-time alumnus of Sacramento State, to the podium.
Hello, graduates. On behalf of the Sacramento State Alumni Association, I am proud to congratulate you on your graduation. Fellow Sacramento State alumni in the audience and Hornet family, let's welcome them to their graduation. Today, you are joining a very proud and prestigious group of Sacramento State alumni, over 215,000 Sacramento State alumni. And our Sacramento State alumni are succeeding across the world. They are critical thinkers, problem solvers, entrepreneurs, and innovative leaders. Just like many of you in this audience today, I was the first to graduate from college. And coming from a small, humble family, as a farm worker and farm working family, I know that Sacramento State creates a transformative experience for individuals. Sacramento State allowed me to pursue both my career in engineering and public policy. And now that I'm working at the state capitol, I'm advising on higher education, infrastructure, and making the quality of life better for all of California. So I know firsthand that the value of a Sacramento State education is the ability to apply your knowledge to make the world a better place. When I see you out here, Sacramento State students who are going to be our alumni of this prestigious university, I know you have a bright future ahead. I want you guys to stay connected. I encourage you to be involved with Sacramento State as you pursue your career and your life grows. The Sacramento State Alumni Association stands strong to help you stay connected, get involved, and network with fellow alumni. So with that, I am proud to say congratulations, class of 2014, and go Hornets! Fellow alumni, graduates, and Hornet family, please join me in welcoming and as I introduce our president of Sacramento State, Dr. Alexander Gonzalez.
Good afternoon to everyone. I want to welcome everyone, family, friends, faculty, staff, and of course, the students of the graduating class of 2014 to the spring commencement. I hope everybody's settled in. I understand there was a little difficulty getting in. Relax, have fun. These are your students. Let's enjoy the afternoon. Graduates, your moment has arrived. After all the finals and all the all-nighters, the pizzas in the Union and other places, and all the selfies that have been taking place in the parking lot and in the tunnel, it's time for you to graduate from Sacramento State. But before we continue, I do want to take a moment to recognize the friends and families who have come to celebrate this moment with you. Over the years, they've provided their support, their love, and often their financial resources to help you reach this amazing milestone in your life. So let's give them a round of applause. I'd also like to recognize the faculty and staff who have dedicated their careers to higher education. Many of them are here this afternoon because this is just as much a rewarding day for them as it is for you. Thank you, faculty and the staff, for everything. It is a great honor for me to join all of you on this most outstanding occasion. Graduates, you've changed the course of your lives by choosing to pursue higher education at Sacramento State. And that means a great deal to everyone here because we are unique in what we do. As a case in point, there's something very special about Sacramento State graduation ceremonies. As you know, not that long ago, California made a commitment to the people of this state by opening doors to higher education that had been previously closed. And at Sacramento State, we have a tradition of taking a moment at commencement to celebrate that commitment. For years, we have recognized those who are the first in their family to graduate from college. Now we've added to that tradition by recognizing our military veterans who are graduating with us. So, graduates, if you're the first in your family to be earning a college degree this afternoon, or if you're a veteran, will you please stand while we give you all a big hand? Stand up, Brad. Thank you. Thank you, and congratulations to you and your families. Now, that was a really special moment for all of us, and I hope that everyone realizes just how special it was. Because what sets Sacramento State apart, and what has always set Sacramento State apart, is our students, you. The stories of Sacramento State students are as complex as they are inspiring. Graduates, they're your stories. You are veterans, you're volunteers, you're immigrants, you're caregivers, you're cancer survivors. Some of you have worked full-time while attending school. Some have returned to college after a long absence, and some of you have families of your own. Many of you were forced to divert from the typical 4 or even 6-year path to a college degree because in life, that's what happens. But all of you, every single one of you, are successful in my eyes. And I hope that California will always see your graduation as a success as well. Now, the traits of perseverance and determination have always been key components of a Sacramento State education. We're proud to complement them with superior professors and a focus on practical, hands-on experience in our classrooms and our labs. We also foster critical thinking and problem solving, which are skills that employers are seeking. These qualities are too often overlooked, but they will be even more important and essential in the future because the pace of change in our world is not slowing down. For instance, just during your final semester at Sac State, unemployment in California has dropped to its lowest level in 6 years. Scientists have added a new element to the periodic table. And in what was even a bigger surprise to me, at least, was that George Clooney got engaged. My point here is not to be glib. It's that the ability to adapt to changes and overcome obstacles is crucial because they never stop coming. And as graduates of Sacramento State, you have already demonstrated that you can compete with anyone in that respect. Now, my final message to you today is an appeal to stay involved in your communities. I know that many of you have volunteered for a cause or taken on service projects. That doesn't need to end today because you've reached this milestone in your life. So, as you're succeeding in your careers or on to the next stage of your education, please remember to look for those things that you really care about and make a difference. I have every confidence that you can accomplish things much larger, much greater, and much more important than you ever thought possible. You've already met that challenge, and you've earned the right to be with us today as graduates of Sacramento State. Class of 2014, you deserve every bit of the pride that you're feeling right now and the pride that we feel for you. You've been successful. That means that everyone in this room has been successful as well. Please keep in touch. Visit us often. Thank you very much. Enjoy the day, but party responsibly. And most of all, congratulations to the class of 2014. I now have the privilege of introducing the recipient of the President's Medal for Distinguished Service, Mr. Mark Drobny. This award recognizes outstanding service to the university. It's fitting that we're honoring him at commencement because he has helped many of our students reach this day. Mr. Drobny is an estate planning attorney and founder of Drobny Law Offices. He has shared those skills with Sacramento State as a volunteer member of the University Foundation Board of Directors. He has led nearly 36 informational sessions to help educate the community about how they can help Sacramento State in their estate plans. Thanks to his dedication, many members of the community have included bequests to Sacramento State, and in fact, he has helped the university secure more than $42 million in charitable contributions, a large portion of which are in scholarships for you. These commitments support academic programs and student scholarships. The President's Medal for Distinguished Service is not awarded every year, and it's reserved for individuals who have made the highest and most positive impact on Sacramento State. Previous honorees include figures at our university, including George Crandall, Bill and Margie Campbell, and deceased coach Bob Mattles. But if I know Mr. Drobny, it's not the media that he will remember most about today, because they're already after him. He relishes the opportunity to help students overcome financial barriers while they pursue their studies. So his greatest joy will come from watching our graduates cross the floor and fulfill their dreams of a college degree. Graduates, please help me welcome Mr. Mark Drobny. They didn't have this one. Yeah. Maybe I don't have my hat on. Yeah. Good. We'll do it this way. If you can bend over just a little bit. There. Gotcha. I'll leave this there. Thanks.
Thank you, President Gonzalez. With the many leaders and alums and friends of the university that give their time, resources, and energy to Sac State, it's an honor to be recognized with this award. Congratulations to the class of 2014. It's with great accomplishment that you've made it here today, but it's just the beginning. The commencement, you've earned a ticket to write your future. Use that ticket wisely. As the proud father of a daughter who will be graduating from college in a few weeks, I want to congratulate all of the parents, spouses, family members, and friends of these graduates. Without your encouragement and support, financial and emotional, your grad would not be sitting here today. Over the course of my 34 years as an attorney, I've volunteered for many worthy causes, but have found none more deserving, with more potential to make an impact on our world, than education in general and Sac State specifically. I volunteer my time and resources here for a number of reasons, but first, I see the difference that it makes. I believe that Sac State generally, or the CSU system generally, and Sac State specifically, have tremendous value, and you will see a great return on that investment over the years. The CSU system is a gateway to education, providing access and opportunity for first-generation students, returning veterans, and the future leaders of our society and our community. Over 200,000 grads make leaders in this community. I want to congratulate President Gonzalez for his leadership team. I've been here in Sacramento since 1977. I've seen tremendous changes during his 11 years here at Sac State. But it's transformational and only the beginning, and I can't wait to see what else President Gonzalez is going to do for this community and this university. In my role as a volunteer for the foundation, I've set a personal goal to help the university raise $100 million for scholarships. I believe we're close to halfway there. And with the help of President Gonzalez, the foundation board, the faculty, and these alums, I think we're going to make that goal. This endowment will have a direct impact on students' success for generations to come by funding scholarships and programs. Many of the people in this room have been recipients directly or indirectly of some of that work. About 100 years ago, my paternal grandparents came here from Czechoslovakia, passing through Ellis Island with nothing but the clothes on their back, a few dollars in their pocket, and a willingness to work hard and dreams for a better future for their children and their children's children. Despite all the obstacles of finding work in a country, learning a new language, the Great Depression, they worked hard every day to make a better life for their family, and they knew education was the key. My father's education was interrupted by World War II, but after serving his country, he came back as a veteran and received an affordable education in a public university. He became the first Drobny to graduate from college. He moved to Iowa, met a school teacher. They started a family, and as the oldest of 4 children, there was never any question whether we would go to college, but only where. All 4 of us chose public universities that were affordable and academically strong, just like Sac State. After each of my graduations, everybody like today was filled with enthusiasm and optimism for the future. Unfortunately, too many of them seem to be focused more on money and how much they would make when they graduate. I grew up in the 60s and 70s, which were a time for activism and addressing injustice. I went to law school because I wanted to change the world and rid it of injustice and make the world a better place for all. I've tempered those goals, and along the way I've had to adjust to remain focused and strive to change maybe just my part of the world. Over the years, I found in the courtroom and the boardroom, too many people gave up their ethics to do almost anything for $1. But I've seen those who chose a career that they're passionate about. I've seen those who excel in their field, who remain ethical, and in the end, those are the ones who become most successful personally and professionally. If you grads remain truly passionate about what you do, if you do the best that you can possibly do, if you do what is morally right, money and financial security will take care of themselves. Don't ever forget how blessed you are to be given this opportunity to receive this public education. This is the beginning of a greater journey. There will be obstacles, setbacks, choices to make, forks in the road. Choose the path that inspires you and allows you to wake up every morning, look yourself in the mirror, and be proud of what you've done and where you're going. So thank you for letting me share this occasion with you. Be passionate about what you do. Be compassionate in how you treat others. Change your world. Change our world. Your commencement is here. Use your ticket. Use your opportunity wisely. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Gonzalez and Mr. Drobny. It is my pleasure now to introduce our commencement speaker, James Mayer. Mr. Mayer is President and CEO of California Forward, a nonprofit organization aimed at improving governance in the state and developing broadly supported reforms that will solve California's major problems. He has a bachelor's degree from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, a master in public policy and administration from Sacramento State, and was recently honored as one of our campus's distinguished alumni. Please welcome James Mayer.
Good afternoon and congratulations. Now, take a deep breath. My job here today is to tell you to follow your dreams, work hard, and never give up. And the conventional wisdom is you're not going to listen to anything I'm about to say. So I want you to remember how you feel. Take another deep breath. How do you feel right now? It's not a simple question because this is not a simple moment. You're probably relieved for being done, but there's a twinge of anxiety about what comes next. You're surely joyful, we can all hear that, having reached such a lofty milestone, but perhaps you're also just a little melancholy as this part of your journey, this time with friends and colleagues and mentors, is behind you. But you're obviously proud. This is a great accomplishment, but now you know that you may not be fully prepared for every possible circumstance. Clearly, though, the positive prevails. You are confident, strong, and optimistic. Don't forget that. You are confident, strong, and optimistic. Remember how you feel, because there will be times when you will need to tap into this mental reserve. Follow your dreams, work hard, don't give up. So far, everything we've talked about could be the charge at any graduation, any place, and any time. But you are not just anywhere. You are in the capital of California. And this is not just any time. We are at a critical moment in our history, and you are going to make history. California will be a very different place 30 years from now. And your job, our job, is to make it better. Because you see, this is not about your dream alone. It's about our dream, plural, the California dream. Not so long ago, California was the source of schadenfreude for detractors who declared California a failed state. We were called ungovernable. There are still some that would split this great state into halves or thirds or even sixths. But by and large, political observers are now looking to California to see how we have eased the partisan gridlock. California is coming to terms with its size and its diversity, shifting more authority to local governments over education and public safety. The leaders in the capital are making better fiscal choices, and despite Toyota, California is growing more jobs than any other state in the nation. That's all good news, especially that last part about jobs for you. Now, this is a graduation celebration, so I'm going to spare you the civics lesson, but in short, this is not accidental. California is gradually reforming its systems of governance to enable problem solving, and it's just in time. Looking forward over the next 30 years, our future will depend significantly on how we as Californians respond to three global trends: climate change, economic competition, and the widening gap between the rich and the poor. There is an ardent struggle, increasingly urgent, that we address all three at the same time with integrated solutions. A decade ago, striving towards a triple bottom line of people, planets, and profit was sort of a Ben and Jerry idea, kind of a cool idea for a quirky blue ribbon ice cream company. But now the triple bottom line is a necessity, regardless of what quartile we grew up in. This month, we celebrate proudly the 60th anniversary of Brown versus Board of Education. The U.S. Supreme Court, led by Californian Earl Warren, legally abolished separate but equal. But 2 generations later, we have simply not done enough to provide the educational opportunity required for an economic democracy that matches our political democracy. When the cost of living is taken up into account, California has the highest poverty rate in the nation, 1 in 4 of us. Graduation rates are lower for people born in poverty. Incarceration rates are higher for people born in poverty, especially for boys and men of color. there is a tragic gap between what we are doing and what we could do to change lives and futures, even with available resources. We simply cannot succeed as communities, regions, and one state with so many Californians struggling to be safe, healthy, and self-sufficient. The good news, graduation rates are increasing, incarceration rates are decreasing, and it's our job to accelerate those trends. On the environmental front, California is again leading with public policies intended to reduce our impact even as our population, our communities, and our regional economies grow. But we've not synced up our ambitions, let alone our plans for curbing CO2, building sustainable communities, managing working lands, and restoring ecosystems. We should be proud of our values, but we must get very serious about the innovation, not just in technology, but in regulations and financial incentives that will be necessary to reconcile our often conflicting economic and environmental goals. Indeed, we won't get far at reducing poverty or protecting the environment if we can't achieve a broader political consensus on the investments and the reforms that will be needed to grow the human capital and to build the physical infrastructure necessarily to be economically competitive and grow middle-income jobs. Each of these challenges is a struggle. At times, the frustrations outweigh the successes, but we are no longer stuck on stupid. In California, progress indeed reform is trending. Once again, California is the frontier. We must, and we will direct our creativity and our ingenuity to manage these common but incredibly complex problems. We need more heroes, willing to take on injustice and ignorance, poverty and pollution, even loneliness and despair. And that's where you all come in. Graduates in government and economics, ethnic and environmental studies, anthropology, psychology, sociology, gerontology. Take a deep breath. I know for some of you, your version of the California dream is a brick home in East Sac, or maybe a loft south of Market. That's okay. Part of my dream is an olive orchard in Yolo County. But our personal dreams depend on a shared reality, a shared commitment, really, made possible today by this shared heritage. As graduates of a public university, as graduates of California State Sacramento, we are prepared and obligated to be steward leaders, to act with integrity on behalf of the whole, to take risks, manage conflicts, hold ourselves accountable for our contributions to our family, our work, and our community. Every one of you has already sacrificed today for the good of tomorrow. And at this moment, you know how good that feels. Look around you. You don't need a quote from a dead president or a poet. All the inspiration you need is sitting right next to you. Take a deep breath. Remember how you feel. Build the California dream. Work hard, never give up, ever forward. Thank you and Godspeed.
We now move to formally recognizing master's students who are graduating with distinction. To qualify for this honor, a master's student must have an overall grade point average of at least 3.8 and have completed a culminating project that the faculty considers distinctive. This year, I have the pleasure of recognizing two such master's students, and I ask that they now stand and be recognized. Eric Gladden from the Department of Government, and Jody Lewis from the Department of Public Policy and Administration. Please be seated. Each year, the university also bestows scholastic honors upon those undergraduate candidates whose academic excellence has consistently been recognized by the faculty. We have designated in our program those candidates who have received special recognition for high scholastic achievement. May I now present them to you. Will the undergraduates graduating cum laude with a grade point average between 3.50 and 3.74 please stand? Thank you. Please be seated. Will the undergraduates graduating magna cum laude with a grade point average between 3.75 and 3.89 please stand? Please be seated. The third group of undergraduates is graduating summa cum laude. This means highest praise in Latin. It is reserved for students with the very highest grades, those who have a grade point of average between 3.90 and 4.0. Will the undergraduates graduating summa cum laude please stand? Congratulations. Each year, several national scholastic honor societies invite to membership those undergraduate students on this campus who have displayed exceptional academic ability through their studies. Will the undergraduates selected for membership in an honor society please stand? And I'll ask you to stand till there are a number of these, till everybody stands, and we'll recognize everybody at once. Sigma Phi Omega, National Honors in Gerontology. Phi Kappa Phi, University Honor Society. Psi Chi, Honors in Psychology. Alpha Kappa Delta, International Honor Society in Sociology. McNair Scholars. Omicron Delta Epsilon, Honors in Economics. Pi Sigma Alpha, Honors in Political Science and Government. Lambda Alpha, National Honors for Anthropology. Phi Beta Delta, Honor Society for International Students. I commend all of you. Congratulations, and please be seated. I wish now to present the college's Dean's Awards for 2013-14. The award recipients are recognized for outstanding accomplishments in academic, campus, and community service. I am pleased to announce that the 2013-2014 Undergraduate Dean's Award goes to Miriam Ahmad from the Department of Government, and the Graduate Dean's Award goes to Colleen Whalen from the Department of Psychology. Please stand so that we may recognize your accomplishments. Congratulations. At this point, we move to the part of the program that officially recognizes all of the master's candidates. Because I am involved in the hooding of the candidates, I will now turn over the podium to our Interim Associate Dean, Dr. Diane Heisen.
Thank you, Dean Lasher. Students at the front of the procession today carried a cloth over their arm. You may have noticed that. That cloth is the master's hood. It's part of the academic regalia, and it's worn by faculty members who entered the arena today. Brightly colored hoods, gowns, hats, chevrons, it's all part of the same regalia. The academic costume is very important to us, for it signifies membership in the academy, the community of scholars. Master's degree holders also wear a mortarboard, a black gown with oblong sleeves, open at the wrist, and the hood. It's really the hood that tells the story. The colors of the lining represent the institution awarding the degree, and the trim denotes the field of study. That hood, as you master's candidates know, symbolizes much hard work. It also confers a special status to you. While no field of study is ever truly mastered, or conquered, you've reached a level of mastery that makes you a member of the academic community. We welcome you and hope that the Hood brings you great pride, because we are very proud of you. Master's degree candidates, please rise. Faculty marshals will now escort the master's degree candidates to the front of the stage area for presentation. Faculty, please take the hood from your student and place it over his or her head. Please join me in congratulating the master's degree graduates. Faculty, you may return to your seats, and master's students, please proceed to the designated area. Thank you. We now move forward with the presentation of the bachelor's degree certificates. Faculty marshals, please escort the bachelor's degree candidates for presentation of the certificates. While they're doing that, this is a chance for each department in our college to let your family and friends know where you're sitting. So I'm going to call out each department, from our small and mighty to our loud and proud, and let family and friends in the audience know where you are. Starting with the small but mighty, where are the women's studies graduates? Where might I find some Asian studies students and graduates? How about gerontology? Are there any environmental studies graduates in the house? How about ethnic studies? I'm sure we must have some anthropology graduates around. And now for graduates of social science. Graduates of government, please be known. What about family and consumer sciences? And even though they're standing in line, I think we do have some Masters of Public Policy and Administration students. And how about liberal studies? and the Department of Economics. Sociology graduates. And last but not least, the Department of Psychology. Okay, so we are able to honor each of our graduates individually. Please listen as our readers will alternate names, presenting the names of members of the respective departments. Every other name that you hear called, we have 2 readers, will be a member of the same department. We'll now move forward with the presentation of the certificates.
Master's candidates, Department of Public Policy and Administration, Jennifer Madrid.
From the Department of Economics, Ramel Hernandez.
Lisa Phillips.
Jack Winship.
Matthew Thomas.
Ahmed Barucha.
Amy Stewart.
Megan Oldham.
Lindsay Williams.
Noemi Garcia.
Jody Lewis.
James Jansen.
Department of Government, William White.
Nathan Harris.
Eric Gladden.
Zong Vang.
Kara Siepman.
Ryan Regato.
Kayla Swift.
Dimitro Havrook.
Riza Oskin.
Daniel Kim.
Department of Sociology, Maria Consuelo Barron Nevares.
Hua Vu Ki.
Max Xiong.
Frank Charles Kozlowski.
Yesenia Sandoval Lopez.
Elise Bonchalan.
Mark Andrew Carnero.
Nicholas Brecht.
Hui Yu Wen.
Alan Archuleta Jr.
Paul Robertson.
Chris Caruso.
Caitlin Richards.
Johnny Hong.
Dorian Washington.
Alfred Villalobos.
Department of Psychology, Kristen Christensen.
Ryan Norman Halley.
Jennifer Wong.
Cody Allen.
Pega Namey.
Ivan Lamprey.
Rachel Grip.
Eric Lee.
James D. Santiago II.
Brandon Klein.
Anthony Matthias Hairston II.
Shaheen Afa.
Department of Economics, Moses Niscaro Mills.
Jeremy Baptiste.
Department of Anthropology, Kathleen Rich.
Kyle Glenn Alviso.
Chelsea Hart Connor.
Alex Chase.
Gerontology Program, Misha D'Angelo.
Daniel Albano.
Bachelor's candidates, Department of Anthropology. Tyler Carpetas.
Ina Simbalyuk.
Amy Lynn Walpert.
Gursharjit Bal.
Stephen Lechner.
Justin Blair.
Hillary Austin.
Jared Naval.
Alex Belfe.
Yusuf Isbay.
Diego Garcia.
Justin Aruda.
Jim Velasquez.
Alan Kenyon.
Danielle Maniscalco.
Julian Kenyon.
Amanda Blackwell.
Nicholas Haladic.
Nicholas Ryan Altieri.
Maxfield Camplin.
Efstatania Tocas.
Joey Chakraborty.
Sean Arnold.
Jackie Bernstein.
Allison Hines.
Kayla Christine Washington Cooper I.
Mary Beth Figueira.
Alexandria Erica Cole.
Julieta Palacio Cervantes.
Eli Tuiscu.
Casey Frost.
Dustin Natov.
Bo Byzantine.
Andres Ramos.
Chelsea Rumler.
Mitchell Sawicki.
Nicole Garcia.
Evan Hodge.
Olivia Johnson.
Joseph Ruiz.
Hilario Benitez.
Patrick Benedict.
Aldo Chavez.
Lisa Lai.
Devin Johnson.
Sochita Guymond.
Corey Williams.
Chris Chang.
William Edmund Schultz.
Shoaib Ali.
Nancy Zhang.
Jeremy Chiang.
Emily Canterbury.
Carl Vong.
Dustin Pollard.
Jesse Ellison.
Wendy Bang.
Pang Lee.
Cynthia Aparicio Garcia.
Angelica Castro.
Alexis Harmore.
Humara Nayab.
Kang Moa.
Tony Hutchinson.
Jason Bauman.
David Andrew Brady.
Cindy Lee.
Daniel Heiser.
Jennifer Taylor.
Joe Chavisner.
Brianna Smalley.
Sean Fisher.
Katrina Giroux Combs.
Domingo Emiano.
Sandy Tu.
Fredis Abston.
Mei Chang.
Christina Wackmere.
Department of Gerontology, Jacqueline Marie Headland.
Morgan Greenhaw.
Isabel Tellier.
Anna Bartolome.
Leslie Julianelle.
Mariana Flores.
Ying Yang.
Anthony Nguyen.
Mai Vang.
William Mooring.
Sharon Lahill.
Boyce Ludlow.
May Francis Librian Villa.
Trevor Robbins.
Sonia McGilner.
Jillian Mosby.
Erin Marie Baker.
Rachel Colton.
Hasmina Marie Lopez.
Roby Krishan.
Robin Word.
Jordan Swanson.
Jenna Renee Carroll.
Javier Milan.
Lan Tran.
Lisa Passion.
Department of Government, Charles Schwab.
Thomas Jensen.
Tanner McLean.
Roman Lebich.
Kelsey Griffith Crowder.
Bobby Atsuka.
Russell Jones.
Zachary Leibold.
David Trong.
Andrew Kaplan.
Edgar Noe Barton.
Mai Ann Vu.
Robin Davis.
Omid Moyne.
Carlo Fararachi.
Thipal Pural.
Jenny Ning Yang.
Gurpreet Dhaliwal.
Brian Palermo.
Gurjabinder Samra.
John Powell.
David Erickson.
Matthew Ryan Gallagher.
Paul Jepson.
James Charlack.
Michael Austin.
Benjamin Brumer.
Andrew Briard.
Nicholas Johansson.
Christopher Smalls.
Rafael Rodriguez.
Chad Davies.
Nazareth Coram.
Brianna Cusick.
John Krabenhoff V.
Moises Figueroa.
Tyler Morris Seekins.
Danielle Gosen.
Yesenia Reyes.
Brianna Torak.
James Blazing.
Vanessa Toffer.
Fariji Pringle.
Johnny Liu.
Haley Kent.
Farah Wahab.
Courtney Warner.
David Carrillo.
Diana Vu.
Patrick Joseph Bamba.
Darcy Varnado Jr.
From the Social Science Program, Nathan Lee.
Jacob Kwame Asari.
Allison Backlund.
Andrew Bigham.
James Burgess.
Ulises Arzola.
Shanae Kidd.
Melissa Ann Welch.
Ashley Gomes.
Callison Zelensky.
Megan O'Neill.
James Schultz.
Kelly Vincent.
Megan Sheely.
Bo Carley.
Edward Stanfield.
Vanessa Droz.
Anthony James Galvin.
Tammy Johnson.
Yusuf Mohammed Raqqa.
Kevin Daly.
Neng Lee.
Peng Chang.
Aneta Salhani.
Sarah Nicole Valdez.
Hanan Hassan.
Ashley Marie McDaniel.
Jessica Marie Leahy.
Jenna Baroni.
Brian Johnson.
Shannon Renee Phillips.
Jack Aaron Reeves.
Haley Brown.
Sukhbir Dami.
Kayla Cook.
Jaime Oliver Ponce.
Jerry Peschetti.
Benjamin Joseph Crawley.
Christine Nicely.
Matthew Kaufman Fauché Reed.
Shinny Herr.
Holden Hartley.
Deborah Ferguson.
Cafarino Navarrete.
Freddie Martinez.
Elisa Oaf.
Adolfo Quiros.
Marco Antonio Andrade.
O'Neill Figueroa Sanchez.
Mark Wallace.
Estela Villarreal.
Sita Lee.
James Juarez.
Eric Lopez.
Jackson Harris III.
Chase Martinez.
Desiree Langley.
Carla Bear.
From the Department of Family and Consumer Sciences, Maria Victoria Wilson Starks.
Kyle Nathan Durham.
Kihende Oghori.
Gabriel de Jesus.
Jennifer Shear.
Esmeralda Serapio.
Mai Leah Zhang.
Pang Vang.
Jackson Bryan.
Moani K. Greer.
Julia Jaime.
Alice Bordikina Joelab Danuk.
Heather Marie Ricker.
Renee A. Plata.
Lindsay Elizabeth Moeller.
Isela Nava.
Caitlin Rose O'Neill.
Danny Lorenzana.
April Eisenbeis.
Lucero de la Cosa.
Lori Hodel.
Magali Pineda.
Debbie Gould.
Hannah Akeley.
Gina Scholander.
Christine Ari.
Charity Rose King.
Nicole Cassandra Norton.
Rachel Jones.
Fabian Urbina.
Sheelise Warles.
Aaron Rodriguez.
J.L. Campos.
Emily Elizabeth Reeb.
Ashton Lowe.
Sebastian Chobard.
Kayla Harris.
Matthew Erner.
Kayla Chambers.
Justin Bowman.
Jamie Valet.
Audrey Durfer.
Wahida Kakar.
Josh Carter.
Megan Reynolds.
Miriam Ahmad.
Stephanie Duran.
Anthony Abdelsayed.
Stacy Rocha.
Maritza Tapia.
Carla Waddups.
Jessica Archer.
Keith Hawkins.
Kevin Tu.
Lindsay Sutton.
Zachary Finney.
Lauren Black.
Kathy Nguyen.
Janina Segali.
Brittany Palayo.
Taylor Jasper.
Mikey Wong.
Heather Hughes.
Bachinskaya Reza.
Gayone Sarkissian.
Victoria Ivanoglu.
Alyssa Del Nelson.
Jeremy George.
Jody Ray England.
Carolyn Keeley.
Tara Latham.
Gerald Anton Forrest.
Alyssa Gulchert.
Lindsay Clark.
Natalie Nunez Madanujano. Sorry.
Christine May DeSala.
Blair Scott.
Ahmed Imak.
Karena Del Sarto.
Nicole Perry.
Rachel Magnuson.
Matt Mullen.
Amber White Sanborn.
Jasmine Rhodes.
Martha Lauder.
Department of Ethnic Studies. Ricky Lazaro Jr.
Tara Muma.
Christy Crocker.
Jonathan Adam Langkamp.
Kiera Akila Weaver.
Laura Beth Dukovich.
Chardon Perriam.
Lisa Marie Pontino.
Eric Aduba.
Amy Camacho.
Randy Jamar Davis II.
Mark Mendez.
Saba Cabron.
Tuana Cardona.
Yuki Hirano.
Ashley Covington.
Brianna Lawrence McGowan.
Lena Abdul Farhat.
Jerisha Dixon.
Elizabeth Cunha.
Angelo Ramon Gillis.
Hannah Reed.
Puriam Badomiano Alanis Ojeda.
Asia Jones.
Lorena Camargo Gonzalez.
Emma Jarnia.
Courtney Jones.
Reginald Cabreros.
Juan Jesus Puga de la Torre.
Mary J. Salas.
Marites Masulit.
Chelsea Akeme Martinez.
Angelica Ward.
Elena Sanchez.
Sasha Camp.
Jessica Levy.
Laurelyn Formentera Solano.
Carly Anna Gray.
Cindy Mua.
Kendall Priscilla Bierman.
Monica Fang.
Dulce Guzman.
Mai Tong Vang.
Elizabeth Bourne.
Bruce Thor.
Wyatt Dieters.
Yang Yoko Bang.
Jackie Lou Tababda.
Andrew Ramey.
Michael Benton.
Anton Alpatov.
Emily Ann Jones.
Hector Salgado.
Mercedes Marie Ben.
Monica Sousa.
Janique Fields.
Department of Environmental Studies, Tashawn Vancy. Bang.
Dana Vargas.
Daniel Mitchell.
Michelle Almazan Vasquez.
Vichni Peck.
Kathleen Amanda Pimentel.
Sokvani Pan.
Catherine Ann Gill.
Jody Lee.
Brittany Flynn.
Mai Ji Moi.
Christina Lauren Rotner.
Aria Garnica.
Lauren Rigg.
Megan Susanna Emslander.
Kiersey Sasso.
Zachary Liptak.
Diana Perez Flores.
Andrew McGurk.
Susan Sapon.
Alexander Geverder.
Shia Lore.
Jordan Zachariah.
Kelly Maris Vonderleith.
Al Habakan.
April Ann Cambry Taco Taco.
Nelson Mbando.
Mary Lynn Taco Taco.
Lucas Deason.
Lisette Marie Arias.
Ezekiel Villacampa.
Nicholas Nico Panganiban.
Kaget McQuillan.
Marlene Shimamura.
Luis Alberto Santana.
Brittany Vasallo.
Benjamin Baraja Sandoval.
Chelsea Kolb.
Charles Fitzsimmons.
Christy Sayachek.
Sure. Callie Kettinger Cecil. Thank you.
Kenneth San Lee Kim.
Jennifer Andrade.
Sandra Patricia Zambrano.
Anthony Paradiso.
Annika Braithwaite.
Edward Pineda.
Jesse Doan.
Elizabeth Schubert.
Graciela Caban.
Jennifer Leilani Thompson Versailles.
Sonia Chan.
Carol Wilkinson.
Noelle Marie Giddens.
Erica Rodriguez.
Rachel Marie Mitchell.
Rico Balatbat.
Tawny Nicole Lee Perez.
Jennifer Emberson.
Jamie Rose Salamanca.
Alina Martinez.
Bailey Breeze Walker.
Lauren Clinton.
Prabjot Daliwal.
Kathleen Ann Octerberg.
Mark Smith.
Monica Danielle Newton.
Ka Shua Xiang.
Rachel Carmichael.
Amelia Myers.
Christopher Barrington Baker Oubre Jr.
From the Department of Sociology, Michael Fox.
Gordy Bravo.
Alexander McKeldin.
Chandra Olson.
Brianna Stevens.
Gina Marie Harris.
Jennifer Tracy.
Taylor Stroud.
Sahar Nojan.
Elizabeth Palacio.
Anthony Barnes.
Gina Tavares.
Ruben Rios.
Jesse Burgard.
Devin Culver.
Hallie Munson.
Jeffrey Campbell.
Joshua Robert Trumbull.
Rylan Smith.
Marie Atienza.
Julian Francisco Bray.
Sandy Zhang.
Meg Panlaki.
Tracy Lee.
Chrissy Vang.
Morgan Chelsea Jones.
Carmen Ayala.
Michelle Velasquez Watson.
Lee Nguyen.
Rika McAlvey.
Brianna Nicolette Medina.
Corey Venturi.
Jenna Elizabeth Cole.
Yolanda Valverde Lizarraga.
Samantha Sekulik.
Francesca Rivera.
Danielle Clay.
Veronica Dillinger.
Adri Searley.
Priscilla Tupo Fisilao.
Ruby Simonson.
Andrea Rose Perez.
Rick Eggers.
Lindsay Vinson.
Dwayne Smith.
Chelsea Green.
Nicole Poise.
Brittany Nicole Rodriguez.
Marisol Ramos.
Tammy W. Lethko.
Koi Se Chow.
Christina Berry.
Steve Estrada.
Simone Rawls.
Francis Losana Palu.
Kristen Neal.
Rosemary Dixon.
Kevin Karsnia.
Adrian Perez.
Gurpinder Nabra.
Taylor Record.
Lady Edith Arias.
Tatiana Scholar Daniels.
Donna Darlene Kihara.
Melissa Gomez.
Jason Roper.
Nikki Zografos.
Dylan Shive.
Cheryl Lee.
Risa Horiuchi.
Divya Kokonda.
Melissa Craw.
Shanice Parrish.
Wata Grace Tarmo.
Michelle Carvalho.
Precious Joy Bernie.
Olivia Wells.
Isaura Cacho Trujillo.
Tamaran Abiander.
Jasmine Garcia.
Daniel Gasparini.
Azita Matakian.
Juan Carlos Anaya Delgado.
Brianna Giselle Grant.
Chandria Bogle.
Regan Williams.
Jessica Leanne Smith.
Christina Rose Urrutia.
Christina Maria Talavera.
Mary Tao.
Matthew Stephen Foy.
Audrey Burnett.
Stephanie Penrod.
Yana Chupron.
Grace Nevarez.
Sierra Fisher.
Jason Allen Carley.
Matthew Zeladon.
Madison Cheney Godillo.
Hoang Tran.
Veronica Gomez Solorio.
Kelly Weber.
Denise Elizabeth Collins.
Jamie Olant.
Alexandria Marie Sanchez.
Daniel Andres Godinez.
Jeremy Riley.
James Volminski.
Jared Kay.
Shannon Spalding.
Jasana Leahy.
Cindy Leticia Benitez Sosa.
Nicole Pierce.
Sandra Jeanette Rees.
Zachary Kalish.
Katie Hanley.
Diana Robeson.
Margaret Alvarez Gonzalez.
Amber Jade Guevara Mondina.
Brittany Eve St. Laurent LeBleu.
Rosa Lopez.
Jasmine Sidwell Rossi.
Jessica Gonzalez.
Kyle Wallace.
Jeffrey Ferguson.
Danielle Hernandez.
Christine Dicker.
Leanne Powell.
Michelle Edwards.
Kevin Zong.
Caitlin Craig.
Arthur Babakunyan.
Lynn Pham.
Sky Bryant.
Ruby Lynn Ragasa Admilao.
Monica Eileen Barrios Fajardo.
Michelle Lodovico Mejada.
Erica Bird.
Myra Perez.
Monica Chander.
Felipe Gomez.
Valerie Arellano.
Rodolfo Rodriguez.
Clarie Poppy.
Patsy Jimenez.
Department of Psychology, Lauren Miklos.
Catherine Kosaka.
Catherine Michelle Williams.
Susie Logan.
Emily Catherine Garcia.
Michelle Magana Alfaro.
Jessica Ann Rickefort.
Maria Yang.
Ariel Jasmine Mosley.
Laura Shuram.
Selena Harvey.
Chia Thao.
Yes. Sai Lee Lugo.
Brittany Chance.
Crystal Sims.
Kojesta Mushfit.
Angela Fowler.
Jeline Renee Van Winkle.
David Baez.
Ana Martinez.
Sydney Reese.
Alyssa Alcantara.
Felicia Burnett Lopez.
Chelsea Precious Calditera.
Davita Corey.
Rhonda Law.
Alice Thomas.
Felicia Diane Watson.
Samantha Gosson.
Christine LaShawn Saunders.
Christine Leanne Lucky.
Benjamin Ariola.
Brianna Hennessy.
Tan Da.
Julie Riddle.
Marissa Ochoa.
Helen Cheng.
Edgar Magana.
Jennifer Harms.
Tate Fackrell.
Selene Medina.
Cassidy Hoyle.
Jennifer Zenny.
Demetria Sylvia Poulos.
Mandy Lane Davis.
Maggie Finnegan.
Jessica Garcia.
Sarah Kathleen Harris Muir.
Matthew Duffy.
Daniel Mary Thomas Brown.
Kiana Roberts.
Kristen Brown.
Vladisar Kolensikov.
Chris Landry.
Andre Ivanov.
Lauren Brown.
Aliki Kiliani Lau.
Darren Celebrado Jr.
David Amon.
Victoria Salas.
Frederick Wilson Fonteller.
Julie Lee.
Lauren Rodriguez Martin.
Victoria Prunty.
Sarah Elizabeth Jones.
Cameron Allen Brown.
Ashley Marie Delgado.
Nicole Dawson.
Cameron Ramirez.
Dorian Brown.
Tyrone Davis.
From the Liberal Studies program, Brittany Mayo.
Mike Bodette.
Alicia Menez.
Nicole Reese.
Maddie Lynn Ellen Long.
Kelsey Sundberg.
Jonathan Jimenez.
Amanda Christine Martin. Williams Ronsley.
Mihail Proinoff.
Kim McMahon.
Sarah Jean Cavallari.
Natalie Myra Campos.
Alexa Renee Blatnick.
Albert Boo.
Jules Dalparto.
Raina Stewart.
Brenda Bees.
Christina Jaimes.
Jessica Murphy.
Elizabeth Stanley.
Juana Zendejas.
Ashley Dawn Mitchell.
Ashley Jones.
Ellison Ann Crabtree Shearer.
Cassandra Velasquez.
Melissa Anderson.
Kayla Cruz.
Jessica Smith.
Chelsea Shane.
Chloe Glass.
Katrina Alexander.
Oliver Foss Anderson.
Valerie Gonzalez.
Matthew Quile.
Ashley Carricker.
Stephanie Isaac.
Sandra Christmas.
Robert Lynn III.
Danielle Wick.
Jessica Kilder.
Amariah Omar Stevens Martin.
Raymond Ortega.
Brian Wynn.
Maria Sampson.
Ariana Desiree Bickham.
Jesus Belmonte.
Neela Barani.
Laran Capitiga.
Marlena Magnus.
Nicole Fossum.
Kristen Blair.
Nicole Martell.
Ashlyn Paredes.
Caitlin Marie Barba.
Elaine Gobe.
Brianna Parker.
Jennifer Ryerson.
Ashley Barnes.
Jerry Randall.
Jessica Singh.
Chloe Cernelia.
Jessica Robertson.
Sarah Gresham.
Deba Osman.
Rebecca Bartkowski.
Huda Burhan.
Lisa Hendricks.
Adriana Ramirez Guillen.
Brittany Joy Nugent.
Lafer Mamedova.
Kimbriana Wright.
Everett Green.
Alyssa Shagru.
Safina Ahmed.
Melissa Kamarov.
Irene Moreno.
Katie Simpson.
Glenn Spitzak.
Christina Atkinson.
Monica Marie Robledo.
Jamie Cornelison Holmes.
Marla Henderson.
Brandon Faliano.
Todd Borcher.
Ann Salvatore.
Julia Drobny.
Caitlin Michelle Anglam.
Brianna Bierstock.
Melissa Hamilton.
Annalise Jensen.
Ty Wynn.
Brittany Goodwin.
Mark Romagosa.
Harpreet Keka.
Bin Lee.
Brooke Llewellyn.
Curtis Gardner.
Dora Lee Mercurio.
Amanda Eccles.
Jenna Elisa Diasante Morale.
Bethany Ladio.
Magali Hernandez Mejia.
Christina Marie Leong.
Christopher Rome Alaria.
Tammy Levchik.
Raymond Escobar.
Brittany Nicole Acock.
Daniel Lay.
Shasta Zanetta.
Melissa Alvarado.
Koi Se Lee.
Whitney Rodriguez.
Tracy Dang.
Haiti Verduzco.
Lo Saturn.
Erica Valverde. Villaverde.
Stephen Yang.
Olivia Beatriz Briceño.
Isandre Alanas.
Elisa Urias.
Monica Renee Van Regenmovter.
Mirella Vukova.
Teresa Talon.
Robin Martinez.
Megan Nicole Murrin.
Isaac Fernandez.
Nicole Harlow.
Rose Sales.
Jacqueline Hawkins.
Joshua Robert Miller.
Sarah Mullins.
Christina Ruzica.
Angela Chow.
Cheyenne Celine Barba.
Kelsey Holdridge.
Meredith Maravilla.
Laura Ward.
Caitlin Jareb.
Kelly Dufour.
Mark Obar Alfabile.
Jennifer Michelle Ladd.
Michael Obar Afable.
Evangelina Celeste Gutierrez.
Caitlin Riley.
Mary Lane.
Mutar Assis.
Megan Christine O'Boyle.
Musanda C. Sarando.
Chana Cathalia Gonzalez.
Jessica Serda.
Tanya Espinosa.
Stephanie Francia G.
Michelle Armour.
Kendra Elizabeth Bowden.
Julie Martinez.
Ashley Nicole Stelmacher.
Emmanuel Kemper.
Nicole Lene Benson.
Chelsea Millhouse.
Kiani Teresa Tika.
Rochelle Emberga.
Samantha Lynn Yearwood.
Sandra Whalen.
Catherine Nell Van Maren Anderson.
Yamena Seth.
Alex Hegarty.
Brianda Hernandez.
Karen Caballor.
Jenny Elia.
Catherine Shailene Saunders.
And Angela Rudvekvich Yarboga.
Danielle Collins.
Margarita Marquez.
Tracy Lamont Ponce Jr.
Erica Spain.
Irene Ehanda Torres.
Mary Young.
Courtney Cowling.
Jacqueline Schmeck.
Raven Monique Arzola.
Alexis Ray Knudsen.
Monique Dolly Monroy.
Lissa Correa.
Kayla Giese.
Lauren Zubak.
Jenna Rethered.
Brittany Jean Bond.
Rebecca Torsky.
April Mahoney.
Erica Tassoni.
Jeanette Lee Neiswanger.
Taylor Miles.
Marianne Barros.
Emily Castillo.
Elena Poplin.
Hanhee Lee.
Christina Goyas.
Gloria Munguia.
Cedric Von Scheck.
Caitlin Kirby White.
From the Women's Studies program, Susana Alvarez.
Andrea Riva. Grace Haun Kim.
Jasdeep Baines.
Shannon Bush.
Adriana Macias Shintaku.
Dominic Trio Riviera.
Billy Joe Williams.
Sherry Howe.
Cameron Garcod.
Rosalind Sandoval.
Kara Maxine Letzen.
Karina Hernandez.
Leslie Lynn Dittman.
Janine Jarvis.
Amy Zilke.
Madison Bigley.
Crystal Cardoso.
Abdil Ashek.
Danielle Fontaine. Tanya Gonzalez. Sarah Krenbasa. Diane Rivas. Luis Orozco. Jennifer Renabom. Katerina Denisevina. Nicole Richardson. Amanda Lee Young. Eva Harper Dunham. Sharice Sumabat. Jesse Salgado. Calvin Daniel Barage. Jordan Curry. Ashley Chandra. Renee Singh.
Okay, folks, we're almost there. Hold on, you all. We still have the conferral of the degrees. Mr. President, as interim dean of the College of Social Sciences and Interdisciplinary Studies, it is my privilege to present these students who are assembled before you as candidates for the degrees under the requirement prescribed by the trustees of the California State University. These candidates are recognized by the faculty for their academic accomplishments and are recommended to receive their appropriate degrees. Will the candidates for master's degree please rise and remain standing until the degrees are conferred? Candidates for the bachelor's degree, please rise and remain standing until the degrees are conferred.
Okay, are we ready? Here we go. Candidates for the master's degrees and bachelor's degrees, you've heard the recommendation of the interim dean of the College of Social Sciences and Interdisciplinary Studies of Sacramento State. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I do hereby confer upon each of you who have satisfied the requirements the appropriate master's and bachelor's degrees with all of the honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Bachelor's graduates, as a final recognition of your completion of all degree requirements, you may now move your tassels from right to left, signifying graduation. Congratulations to the class of 2014.
Thank you, President Gonzalez. We're almost there. We're very, very close. Graduates, please remain standing. Before concluding this ceremony, it is altogether fitting that we should express our appreciation to a group of people who deserve it. Their support, encouragement, prayers, and patience have no doubt had a great deal to do with bringing the efforts of these graduates to a successful conclusion. Parents, partners, wives, husbands, children, and friends of the graduates, may I invite you to stand and to receive the recognition of the university. Okay, you may be seated. The audience may be seated. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, staff, and students of the College of Social Sciences and Interdisciplinary Studies, I wish to thank you and the members of the Platform Party for being with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, the recessional will conclude the ceremony. I ask that you and the graduates remain in place until the Platform Party and faculty have left the floor. Graduates, please follow the faculty marshals and exit starting with the first rows. Family and guests, you may meet your graduates outside the building. Again, congratulations to our graduates, and thank you for joining us today.